Just to repeat then the news that's come into us over the last hour or so, the funeral of the Pope is to be held at 10 a.m. Italian time on Saturday morning. That after the coffin is moved to St. Peter's Basilica at 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. The cardinals have been meeting there for the first time to begin making the first decisions of what comes next after the death of the Pope. Well, let's cross straight to our correspondent, our reporter Clovis Casali, who joins us now live from St. Peter's Square. Clovis, already then those first details beginning to emerge about how the actual process is going to happen and what the timescale is as well.
Indeed, and that was the aim of this meeting of the General Congregation at the Vatican, with cardinals deciding on key moments, dates for the coming days. First, tomorrow, the body, the coffin, wooden casket of Pope Francis will be moved to St. Peter's Basilica, where it will be on display, not on a raised platform, but on display with an open lid, so that mourners can come and pay their respects. And you can imagine there will be long queues here at the Vatican outside St. Peter's Basilica. And then on Saturday, 10 a.m., the funeral of late Pope Francis. Again, you can imagine large crowds turning up for that key event. The Dean of the College of Cardinals, Giovanni Battista Re, will lead the service and deliver the final commendation, which is a concluding prayer. Then the body of the late pontiff will be transferred outside of the Vatican to the St. Mary Major Basilica. That was a wish of Pope Francis, and that's very rare because previous popes have been buried here at the Vatican, but that's not what wanted Pope Francis, who was particularly fond of this basilica here in Rome, St. Mary Major, and especially fond of an icon of the Madonna that's there. Regarding the funeral that's taking place on Saturday, several important figures have announced that they will be attending the event. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, French President Emmanuel Macron, but also the US President Donald Trump and the First Lady Melania. And you can imagine many others will be here to say goodbye to the Pope, who was nicknamed the Pope of the Poor.
And we also saw, Clovis, 2 hours ago it was now, for the first time, those images of the Pope's coffin as people gathered inside the Vatican to pay respect, as more and more people as well turn out to St. Peter's Square to pay their respects as well.
Strong pictures, of course, of the Vatican releasing footage of the coffin with an open lid of Pope Francis, with some cardinals and some church officials around, the only ones who are allowed to see the coffin, this wooden casket that's located in the chapel of Casa Santa Marta, which is the residence where Pope Francis had been living since 2013. In the meantime, until Pope is chosen as his successor, well, it's the Cardinal, Irish-American Cardinal Kevin Farrell, who is acting as Camerlengo or Chamberlain. He is carrying out, if you will, ordinary affairs of the Church, because we're in a period of sede vacante, which means empty chair. But it doesn't mean that, of course, everything is carefully organized for the next few days. Cardinal Farrell, in a very symbolic moment yesterday, also sealed off the apartment of the late pontiff, and also destroyed the fisherman's ring, as it's called, of the Pope. This in order to prevent any misuse. And I can tell you also that cardinals from around the world are traveling to Rome as fast as they can for this very important moment, the passing of Pope Francis, that has sparked an outpouring of tributes from around the world and also emotions here in Vatican City.
Clovis, thanks very much. Clovis Casali there, our reporter, joining us live from the Vatican there.